Hi guys, so some people have been emailing me the past couple of days. They're having some issues with some of the material that we covered before we had to go on this leave from school. So I decided to make this video. Obviously it's optional to watch, as is everything. After you watch this video, if you're still having some issues with the stuff that we did before this week, email me, and then maybe on Monday, whoever's still struggling with the stuff, we could do a Google Hangout kind of appointment thing. So after I post this, we'll go from there and let me know. Okay, so I'm going to start with this first worksheet. If you understand this worksheet that we did together, then you can skip to the next one. But this is just hydrocarbons. Shorter chains, we just go up to 5 for each type. So remember, the ending of our hydrocarbon, so this ane, tells us that this is a single bonded hydrocarbon, versus our ene tells us that it is a double bonded hydrocarbon, and then our YNE tells us that it is a triple bonded carbon. Okay, so the molecular formula we're going to get by using the number of carbons we have, using the prefix, and then knowing that this is a single bonded hydrocarbon, we can go to table Q in our reference table and figure out what the general formula is for this. Or we can draw it and then fill in the formula. So I'm going to do that to show you how to get there. Alright, so bear with me on this drawing situation on my computer. So, excuse me, the structural formula for methane, meth, tells us that we have 1 carbon. So I'm going to start with that. Maybe. Here we go. Oops. No. Ay. Here we go. Okay. So it tells us that we have 1 carbon, and we know that carbon has 4 valence electrons, so it can attach to 4 other atoms or make a total of 4 bonds. So if we have 1 carbon, then we can attach 4 hydrogens, to this carbon here. Okay, I'm not going to draw the hydrogens just because I have a lack of space, but anytime I draw one of these lines, just know that there's a hydrogen on the other side. Okay, so this would make our formula. We would have 1 carbon, and we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens around it. So we C, H, oops, this is wacky. Maybe if I can draw an H. Let's see. Ay. No. Alright, well, it's CH4. Then we'll go from there. Okay. Ethane. So ethane, that eth tells us that we have 2 carbons. So let's start by drawing 2 carbons. 1, got a C, 2. Make that a C. Alright. So, and because of that ane, we're going to single bond these together. Okay. And now, each carbon that we're dealing with has 1 bond attached to it, and it can have a max of 4 bonds. So we're going to draw now 3 hydrogens around each carbon. Oops. So that it has, oh my goodness. Now this carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds around it, and this carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds around it. So the formula for this would be, let's see if I can do some oh, here we go. That up there. So this would be CH, or C. No. I don't know if I can do, alright. C, 2, H, and we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next one, propane. So prop is telling us that we have 3 carbons. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3 carbons. Okay. And we have that ane, so we're going to single bond them together. Like that. So now this carbon has 1 bond attached to it, so we need 3 hydrogens coming off of it so that it has now 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds coming off of it. And then this one already has 2 bonds attached to it. So pause the video and try to figure out if you can guess how many hydrogen bonds I'm going to attach to this middle carbon here. Okay, so we would attach 2 hydrogens to that carbon, and then this carbon has 1 attached to it, so we're going to attach 3 hydrogens here. Oops. Okay, so for our formula, come on. Okay. So for that formula, we have 3 carbons, so we have C3, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hydrogens. Okay. So butane, we have 4. So we're gonna draw our 4. So, oops. 1. Bear with my drawings, I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4. All right, and again, ane, we're gonna single bond these together. 1, 2, 3, and then each carbon needs 4 attached to it. So pause the video and see if you can figure out how many hydrogens I'm going to have total on here, and I'll keep going and drawing them. And then when you think you have it, play the video again. So we're going to do 1, 2, oops, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, oops, 2, 3. Okay, so my formula for this guy would be, sorry, bring this text box up there. Okay, so we have 4 carbons, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hydrogens. So our formula here would be C4H10. Okay, so pentane, I will tell you, is 5 carbons. So pause the video again and see if you can figure out how to draw pentane, and I'll go ahead and draw it. Oops. Maybe. Three, 4, 5. Single bond them all together. 2, 3, 4. And add 3 hydrogens here. 2. Oops. 2 there. Make that. All right. 1, 2, 1. Oh my god, this is such a mess. 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so then my formula is going to be we have C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, H, 12. So if you notice, our hydrogens are going up by 2. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm going to do just a couple of these. So let's go to butene. So now our carbons are double bonded together, and then we have 4 of them. So with these guys, we're only going to double bond the first 2 carbons. So we're going to add a double bond here, and then everything else is going to be single bonded together. Okay, so for this carbon already has 2 bonds on it, so we're only going to add 2 hydrogens to it. Okay, and those hydrogens can go anywhere on it. I just picked the top and the bottom. This carbon has 3 hydrogens on it, so we're only going to draw 1. This carbon has 2 bonds, so we're going to draw 2 lines on it. And then this carbon has 1, so we'll draw 3 hydrogens on it. And remember, again, where I'm drawing lines, that's where hydrogens should be. So the formula for this one should be C4H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, and then we have our triple bonded ones. So I'll do this prop one and then this 2-but one. So prop means that we have 3 carbons. And again, just the first 2 are going to be double bond or triple bonded together now in this case. Okay. And then we have our single bond here. So this carbon already has 3 hydrogens on it, so I can only add 1 more. This carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds to it, so I can't add anything. And then this carbon has 1, so we're going to add 3 over here. Okay. So the formula for this guy would be C3H1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. And then we have this 2 here. So first of all, but means 4. So let's draw 4 carbons to start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And what that 2 means is on the second carbon, that is where we are going to find our double bond. So on the 1, 2, second carbon, triple bond, we're going to have our triple bond. Okay, and then the rest are going to be single bonded like this. And then we go ahead and fill in our hydrogen. So we need 1, 2, 3 here. On this guy we need none because it has 4 bonds to it. On this guy we need none because it has 4 bonds to it. And then on this guy we need 1, 2, 3. So our formula for this one will be C4H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I will work on an answer sheet for this if you weren't here to go over it in class, and I will post that on Classroom later today as well. Okay. Because of this website, I'm going to actually make this into 2 videos because I can only make this a 15-minute video, and that won't give us enough time to go over the next worksheet. So I will stop it here, and I will make another video for you on those longer chains of carbons.